Make sure I am in frame. I have an amazing video for you today. So I'm gonna see it. The last 6 months, I've been away from YouTube and I've been trying to figure out how I can be consistent, how I can deliver value. I'm a registered nurse, but it's been a year since the last time I worked as a nurse. I knew that I wanted to create an opportunity where I can make money in other ways. I knew that I had the skill of photography, but also that requires manual work. And so I wanted to be able to make money using my mind. And these are some of the things that I have been thinking about for a very long time. It's just that last year I decided to come up with a game plan. And these are some of the things that I'll be sharing with you. If you in that transition where I still have my license, I still can go get a job. Yeah, and so that option is there. But having that option was what was making me take too long to launch my agency, to launch my services, to market myself, to get my voice out there, to let people know what I do and how I can serve them. And so it kind of like a double-edged sword, if you can think of it, because that comfort of like that safety net sometimes is what makes us not do something. Some of the people that I listen to, I attend, like I just did a master class the other day, and you hear their stories. They lost their job, they lost everything, and so it activates a part of your brain that when you have a safety net, that will never be activated. And so I'm sharing this because don't wait until you're sick and now you can't go to work, and that's not a really good example, or just manual work. Being able to leverage your mind and create money by this brilliant mind that God has given you. There's brilliance, there's so much gifts and talents that has been deposited in you. He put something in you, and so we need to activate that and start building something on the side. And you don't have, I know a lot of nurses who love what they do, and so even for that nurse, you want to build something on the side so that if one day you're like, let me take a break, you can still sustain and support your family with this other thing that you're more passionate about. So this video, and I'll create another video talking about the 4 levels of making money, and I can quickly mention them right now, but this is for another video. Myron Golden talks about the 4 levels of making money. So there is the implementation. These are your 9 to 5s. These are your 12-hour work shifts. And these are capped because you can only make as much as the time allows. You can only work 24 hours, and then that you'll probably just destroying your body at that time. But you can only do as much as the 12 hours or the 16 hours or the 24 hours max. That's it. You can't make more than that. So your time, your energy, it's energy times the number of hours that you're putting in. And the hours have a cap. And your energy also has a cap. At some point, you're going to burn out and you're going to slow down. But that doesn't change the amount of money just because you worked really hard for 12 straight hours, and doesn't change the fact that you're still going to get the same pay. So that's level 1. The next level is called the unification stage. This is where your manager managing the implementers. So again, as a manager, you'll get a little bit more, but the responsibilities increase. If they don't show up, you're gonna go do that work. I've been a resident care assistant. Most of the days I was just doing paperwork, but the days a nurse calls out, guess what? Who's on the floor passing the meds? If things are not going well, guess who they're calling and checking? It's you. They're like, what's going on? Why are things not going the way they're supposed to go? If the state comes, guess who they're calling? You. So the responsibilities increase, but the pay necessarily doesn't increase. You might get a bonus here and there, but the pay is still the same. But you're managing other people, and the weight to deliver is even more. As opposed to your 9 to 5, they'll come work and then they'll go home. You don't get to go home. Yes, you go home, but you take your work home because you're trying to figure out how are you going to meet the numbers. So that's the next level of making money. Now the third level and the fourth level, I'm going to talk about it next time, but this is where you activate your mind. This is where you engage your mind. This is where you buy assets. Like I bought a camera in 2020. I bought a Canon EOS R with a 35mm lens. And that thing, my friend, the places it has taken me, it has easily 300x the amount that I got it. In 2 jobs, I'd already paid for that asset. And I would just get calls, oh, need pictures, I need photography, there's a wedding here, and just like that. And my skills got better. When I started, I didn't know anything about photography. But now I teach people how to use their camera. I teach people how to start their photography business. Because I started, because I bought an asset, and it's one of the biggest and the best return on investment that I've ever bought. And so this is where we start leveraging assets that are going to make you more money. This is where we leverage our genius and we start making money with our mouth. Right now, this video is part of a big series of how I am making money with my mouth. I'm sharing hopefully valuable content to you, but also I've already laid out a plan where if you're interested in kind of trying to figure out, if you're confused and you're a nurse and you're passionate about something, but you don't know how to get it to the world, I have created a path that you can take. So most of the content is like, as a nurse, as a healthcare profession, how can we leverage what you already know? How can we monetize it? And I will give you proof. I'll show you other nurses who are doing some of the things that you are interested in. You see, it's research. And I think that's what validates an idea. You don't want to just try something just to try it. Just go and validate it. Whatever you're trying to do, I promise you, there's somebody who has found an edge and they're making money. And so I want to invite you and I want to give you those skills and for you to be able to see the possibilities of how you can start, implementing some of these things and just build something on the side. And because you're making some good money, even when you do like an extra shift, you're doing an extra shift to buy a camera, you're doing an extra shift to buy some lights and a mic like this, a backdrop, so that you can start creating content and start making money with your mouth. There is no limit to this video. As in, once I publish this video, there is no limit of how many people who will be able to see it. There is no limit to the number of people who are going to click the link or purchase a product or a service that I'm offering. There is no limit. And this is one of the things that I have been sharing with a lot of my friends. I've been helping people start their YouTube channel, not from the angle of I want to get subscribers and go viral and get monetized. Yes, there's strategy for that, but I'm approaching it from a place of like, how can we leverage YouTube right now to be able to attract the customers, your ideal customers who want your offer, who want your product. You see, something beautiful, and I've been sharing this on my other videos, something beautiful has happened on YouTube. First, it's one of the biggest search engine, second biggest search engine, and those numbers are changing because of AI. Now we are seeing platforms like Instagram and Facebook. They are no longer social media platforms, they are media platforms. And people are searching, people are going to TikTok and Instagram to look for something as opposed to going to Google. So even those numbers are dropping. But even YouTube, it's a search engine. Yes, you watch videos, but most people, when they go on YouTube, they know exactly what they're looking for. And that's why, and I'll be teaching this more, that's why it's so important to either talk to a specific audience and or speak to a specific topic. Because what happens is YouTube has already mapped out these pockets of people who are interested in specific things. And so once you help YouTube figure out what your content is all about, what it's going to do, it's going to match it with this audience that is already interested in the kind of content that you're making. And that's why it's important to stick to one topic. It's important to speak to one person. And these are some of the things and the strategies that I will start sharing here on my YouTube channel. I want to help as many nurses, that's my goal, help as many nurses build another stream of income where they leverage YouTube to push traffic to their product. I'm going to help you build that product. I'm going to help you and give you all the tools, because we are now in the era of automation. You actually don't need to put in a lot of work. Initially you will, but then after that, you're just creating content, talking about the content that you already made. And if somebody is interested, you can hold their hand one-on-one, or hold their hands, group coaching, and take them from point A to point B, and they experience the transformation. So I don't want to make this video long, but I just wanted to share the possibilities that are here on YouTube. And if you're a nurse and you know that you are tired and you're burnt out and you keep asking yourself, is there more to this? You necessarily do not have a money problem per se, but you're worried, you're concerned, as in, if I stop working, how am I going to survive? And this leads to my next video, play it next, because I will be talking about some of the things that trap us. And again, I'm talking to nurses right now because I am a nurse, my wife is a nurse, and there's so many opportunities that I missed out with the kind of money that we get to make. And this applies even to other industries in the healthcare profession, but I'm specifically talking to nurses because you have a stepping stone, which is your job, where you can pick extra money, not to spend it on your lifestyle, not to spend it on this big mega investment that are sucking all your money, not to be sending just money all the time back home, but to use a portion of this money and build your brand, to use a portion of this money and invest in those skills that you know you're really good at this other thing. Yes, you love being in the healthcare field, or maybe you don't even like it anymore. You're burnt out. You want to be home with your kids. You want to stop working the night shift. But there's this thing that burns you, keeps burning in your heart. You've seen other people do it, but you keep either limiting yourself because you can't say you don't know. Yes, you do. You've even been paid for it sometimes. It comes naturally to you. So use that as a stepping stone and invest. Invest in a website or a landing page. Invest in copywriting, invest in the gear that's going to help you create that content so that people can know what you do. You see, the biggest problem that's going on right now is a lot of us are so gifted, but nobody knows we exist. Nobody knows that we can help them. And sometimes the person who needs the help that they're looking for is next door. It's your neighbor, but they don't know what you do for a living. So, best advice I can give you today is hit record, talk about the things that you're passionate about, build a business around it, because you will never know. You will never know if you only did that. If that was the only thing that you needed to do to completely transform your life, to completely transform your family's life and the legacy that has already been established for you. You just need to walk into it. So I'll stop there. Yeah, watch the next video where I'll just share a little bit more about the trap that I've seen with nursing and healthcare jobs and what you need to do about it to step into content creation and creating money using your mind and using your mouth. And we'll talk about the 4 levels in another video. So subscribe if you like this content, you found value, share it with your friend, and let me know if you enjoy this kind of videos. I've been enjoying them, just recording them outside. So anyway, peace out, take care, and go make some content.